All right, so let's dive into a scenario that I bet sounds pretty familiar to a lot of you out there. It's late, like maybe 10 p.m., and a potential buyer is online, scrolling through listings. They find your website, see a property that catches their eye, and they shoot off a message through your contact form. But then nothing, crickets. They don't hear back from you until the next morning. So what do you think happens in that time?
Oh, they're probably already checking out another agent site. See, these days, speed is everything. You snooze, you lose.
Yeah.
The National Association of Realtors, NAR, did some research that showed that something like 78% of buyers actually end up growing with the very first agent who gets back to them.
It's a real race.
Oh, yeah, every minute counts.
It's a classic realtor's dilemma, isn't it?
Yeah.
We all know how important it is to respond quickly, but we're out there juggling showings and meeting with clients and drowning in paperwork. It's hard to be available 24/7.
That's true. That's true. It's tough. But that's where these AI chatbots are coming in and changing the game. You can think of them like your digital assistant, always on, always working. They can engage with leads the second they land on your website. So while you're busy doing all those other things, the chatbot's asking them questions, figuring out what they're looking for, and even, get this, setting up appointments.
So many realtors feel like the problem is with the leads themselves. They're spending money on ads, but it feels like none of those leads are panning out. But what if the problem isn't the quality of the leads, but how long it takes to respond to them?
You've hit on a huge point. It's so easy to blame the leads when, honestly, the real issue is how quickly you're getting back to them. Being a realtor is a busy, busy job. You're getting notifications all day long, and it's tempting to just say, okay, I'll deal with that later. But the problem is, by the time later rolls around, that buyer might be long gone.
The research really backs this up. The Harvard Business Review found that responding within 5 minutes makes you 21 times more likely to qualify a lead. The average realtor takes 12 to 24 hours. That's a big difference, and it helps explain why some agents are missing out on deals.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How many clients have you potentially lost simply because you couldn't reply fast enough? It's not a fun thought, but you can't just ignore the problem.
That's why we're seeing more and more realtors turning to technology, specifically AI chatbots. Imagine, you're in the middle of a showing, you're focused on your client, and in the background, your AI chatbot is engaging with a new lead, finding out their needs, and even putting a consultation on your calendar.
Yeah, it's like having a superpower.
Yeah.
It's all about working smarter, not harder. It lets you maximize your time so you can concentrate on what you're best at, building relationships, walking clients through the process, and offering that human touch that technology just can't replicate.
So how do these chatbots work exactly? Is this some kind of futuristic sci-fi stuff?
Not really. It's more straightforward than you might think. Just picture it as a virtual assistant, programmed with all the details of your real estate business. When someone visits your website, the chatbot pops up and starts chatting with them, just like someone greeting them at an open house.
So even when you're tied up, the chatbot's there to make sure those leads don't feel ignored.
Oh, right, exactly. And it's not just small talk. It's asking strategic questions to understand what they're looking for. Budget, location, type of property, all that good stuff. It's qualifying leads. That's crucial. It helps you weed out folks who aren't ready to buy right now and focus your time on the hottest leads.
And this is all happening 24/7.
Exactly. While you're sleeping, eating dinner, hanging with your family, the AI chatbot's hard at work, nurturing those leads and setting you up for success.
This sounds almost too good to be true. But we actually came across this story about a realtor who started using an AI chatbot and saw their conversion rate, that's how many leads turn into actual clients, jump by 25%. And they didn't even have to spend more on advertising. That's incredible.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's the power of technology. Imagine this. Picture this. You're wrapping up a showing, and at the same time, your chatbot's booking 3 new appointments for you. You go to sleep, and it converts a couple of late-night inquiries into qualified prospects. You're busy closing current deals, and it's busy building new relationships, creating a pipeline of future clients.
It's a whole new way of looking at lead management. And this isn't some far-off dream. It's available right now. So the question is,
Why aren't more realtors using it? That's what we're going to get into next.
yeah, it feels like a secret weapon, like it could level the playing field for realtors who are having trouble keeping up with this crazy market.
It's not really a secret. It's just about being smart and using the tools that are out there to help us do our best in this digital world.
It really seems like the agents who are willing to learn and adapt, the ones who use these new technologies, they're the ones who are going to come out on top.
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. If you're always playing catch up, struggling to stay on top of all those leads and reply quickly, you're putting yourself at a real disadvantage. But if you have a system in place that's working for you around the clock, capturing leads, figuring out who's serious, even booking those appointments, well, you're freeing up so much time and energy to focus on everything else that's important.
So it's not just about saving time. It's about making your business smarter and ultimately more successful.
Right. Exactly. And we can't forget about the long game. AI can really help with building those lasting relationships that are so crucial in real estate. Even if someone isn't ready to buy today, the chatbot can keep you on their radar. Sending them updates, market insights, property recommendations, all based on what they told you they were looking for.
So it's like having a little assistant who never sleeps, always working to keep those leads warm and your name in their mind.
That's a great way to put it. AI is like your silent partner, working behind the scenes to build those connections and make sure you always have a steady flow of opportunities.
Okay, so for all the realtors out there who are listening and thinking, this sounds amazing, where do I even start? What are the first steps to bringing AI into their business?
Well, the good news is getting started with AI isn't as hard as you might think. There are a ton of resources out there, and it doesn't have to break the bank. In fact, you can even begin with something as simple as a free AI chatbot script.
Free. Okay, now you've got my attention. Where can our listeners find this script?
We'll make sure to include a link in the show notes where you can download a free AI chatbot script. It's specifically designed for real estate. It's a great way to get a feel for how this technology works and how you can tweak it to fit your business.
And what if someone needs a little more help? Someone to guide them through the process and answer their questions.
We can help with that too. We offer free strategy calls where you can talk one-on-one with one of our experts and see how AI can fit into what you're already doing. They can put your mind at ease, bust some myths, and help you figure out a plan for making the most out of AI.
It's like having a personal AI consultant right there with you.
Exactly. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast for more tips and tricks to up your real estate game. We're always digging into the latest trends so you can stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah, because in this fast-paced digital world, knowledge is power. The agents who are constantly learning, adapting, and using the new tools are the ones who are not just going to survive, but really thrive.
It's all about evolution. Real estate's always changing, and AI isn't some fad. It's a whole new way of doing business. You can't ignore it anymore. It's essential if you want to be successful in the long run.
So to wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI chatbots for realtors, here's the question I want to leave you with. What could you achieve if you harness the power of AI?
Imagine the possibilities. Think about all the time you could save, the leads you could capture, the deals you could close. AI isn't about replacing that human connection. It's about giving you the tools to make those connections stronger and offer amazing service to your clients.
It's about working smarter, not harder, and building a business that not only thrives, but helps you reach your full potential.
It's about taking control of your time and focusing on what matters most, those personal connections that are at the heart of every real estate deal.
So to all our listeners, we challenge you. Take that leap of faith.
Explore the world of AI. Check out the resources. Start imagining how it can change your business.
Because in real estate, it's the agents who are willing to adapt and change who win.
And AI isn't something out of a science fiction movie. It's the key to unlocking a future full of possibilities.
So are you ready to unlock yours? Yeah. It really feels like we're at this point now where agents who are using these new technologies are going to have a real edge.
It's like we're on the verge of something big in real estate, and AI is the key.
So for those listeners who are ready to jump in, what do you think their first step should be?
I'd say start by checking out those resources we talked about. Download that free AI chatbot script. See what you can do with it, how you can make it your own, match it to your brand and how you do business.
It's a good way to test the waters without having to go all in right away.
Exactly. And if you want to take it a step further, book a free strategy call with us. We're happy to answer any questions you have, bounce some ideas around, and help you come up with a plan for using AI in your business.
So it's about finding what works for each individual realtor and what their goals are.
Absolutely. And don't forget, this isn't about replacing the human side of real estate. It's about giving you the tools to be even better at what you do, to build stronger relationships, and create a really amazing experience for your clients.
So it's about a business that runs smoothly, but still feels personal.
That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
Where technology and human connection come together.
Well said. Because I've come to the end of our deep dive.
Yeah.
Any last words of wisdom for our listeners?
Just this. Don't be afraid of the future. AI is here to stay, and the realtors who adapt and change with it, those are the ones who are going to shape the industry going forward.
So true. To all our listeners out there, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep pushing the limits in the world of real estate. We'll see you on the next episode of The Deep Dive.
Until then, keep learning, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the world of real estate.